Yo, what's up everybody, it's your boy Slant aka Mr. Different, back with another video, and today is going to be the battle of the limiters. After I did the battle of the auto-tune, a lot of you guys been saying I should do this video, and if you got any more suggestions of plugins you want me to kind of battle, reverbs, compressors, choruses, delays, whatever, let me know in the comments below, and I'll definitely try to make a video comparing some ones that I got and some of the ones that you guys suggest. So today we're gonna look at some of the best limiters that I think are out there as far as plugin wise, no hardware, nothing like that, and we're gonna just put them against each other to see which one better, which features are better and all that. But it's not really gonna be like which one is the best, it's gonna be like what they all bring to the table and which one you should choose. If you already own one, you know, hopefully it will work. So let's switch over to the FL Studio and see which limiters that I have for you guys to check out today. So don't forget, before we get into this, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and SoundCloud. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't. Trying to hit 100K this year is very much possible with your guys' help. And yeah, just let me know any other suggestions for videos like this or anything, and I'll definitely do it. So today we're gonna be mastering this little beat, making it louder. As you can see, it's pretty loud already. It's pretty well mixed and everything like that. So you got good dynamics and all that. It's a little loud. I will bring it down, of course. But the limiters we're gonna be using today are these 5 right here that I own. You know, so any that you guys own, put them in the comment below. Let's know what you guys use as well, because you know we all have different stuff. So we're gonna look at some of the ones I think are the most popular and the most common. So the first one is gonna be L2 from Waves. This is a very old plugin. A lot of professionals still use L2. I mean, it's really good. It does a great job, and it's a very good versatile limiter. I'm gonna check it out. Another one of my favorites is the FabFilter Pro L2 from the guys at FabFilter. FabFilter makes some great plugins. Especially when they made L1, I was in love with it, and then they released L2. I had to get a copy. I got it the day it came out, and I've been using it ever since with the new metering and stuff like that, and new algorithms, and also the ability to listen to what you're losing. Great limiter. Another very popular one that a lot of people use is, of course, Ozone's Maximizer. Now I'm using the standalone version. That if you don't have the advanced version, you won't have the plugin by itself. You have a self-contained Ozone 3 or Ozone 8. But the thing about Ozone Maximizer 8 is that it has more algorithms. It's very transparent. It can be very aggressive. It's very well used. I say if you're mastering inside the box, Ozone is probably the best mastering bundle or plugin inside the box. So we'll just take a look at the limiter today. Next is one that I just recently got that I've been a fan of the old one, which is KClip 3. I love KClip 2. I think KClip 2 is one of the best clipper limiter plugins out there. I did a video about it. A lot of you guys like KClip, and yeah, they just released a couple months ago KClip 3. I finally picked it up, and I'm so far loving it. It's a very good improvement. It also has loudness meters in there, different algorithms, and different ways of actually clipping or, you know, enhancing your plugin. So yeah, it's like a clipper limiter, really good. I like it. We'll take a look at it. And then of course, for all you stock plugin users out there, we're just gonna throw an FL Fruity limiter into the mix. I mean, it's a limiter right inside your DAW. So if you don't have a third-party limiter, we have this one. We're going to use it, show it, see what it can do, and see if it can stack up to the big boys. So let's go ahead and do this. So we'll start off with L2, which is, like I said, the one by Waves. This has been an old dinosaur of a plugin, but it's still used to this day by professionals. I still use it for individual mixes because it has everything you need: a threshold, a ceiling, release, and just it has the ACR, the automatic release control, which is really good, and all that. But what is a limiter? Before we get into that, a limiter is nothing but a super fast compressor, or a compressor with a super high ratio. I think it has a fast attack and slow release, something like that, whatever. But you can turn a compressor into a limiter easy by just jacking up the ratio all the way to the highest it'll go, infinity, brick wall, whatever. A limiter pretty much sets a ceiling to where your volume can't go past, and anything past that ceiling, it will just clip straight off or just chop right off, and it pretty much bring all the quiet parts up till it gets to that ceiling as well. So that's what a limiter is basically doing. It's just making everything one continuous volume and making everything like super, like, I mean, consistent. So that's what it basically is. So that's all a limiter is. Very simple, very straightforward. And this is not going to be a scientific test whatsoever. It's just going to be kind of a scene with the limiter and how to use them. So let's go ahead and play this little mix I got real quick. You know, it's my intro beat always. You know what it is. And we're going to use it. Now, one thing I like about L2 is that you can grab right here and you can bring everything together. What I like to do is always bring it down until I start getting some limiting or some reduction. You don't want to go too far because too much gain reduction will introduce distortion and stuff like that. You don't want. You just want enough to where it's almost distorted and then not. So I'm gonna use this to set the ceiling, and then I'm gonna bring the ceiling up to bring the volume up. The ceiling, like I said, sets the volume that it is, and then the threshold brings up, you know, how loud it is. So let's do that right now. And as you can see, yeah, it's that simple. If you want something loud, limiters do a great job of that. And like I said, you can use it on individual tracks as well. It's very good for vocals, drums, kicks, bass, 808s, all that good stuff. If you're trying to make something louder, as you can see, all I had to do is set my threshold, and I'm trying to get like no more than 3 dB. That's just a rule of thumb for me. I don't like to do more than 3 dB of gain reduction. 6 maybe, but you know, 3 is good for me. And like I said, once I have my threshold set, I just bring my ceiling up until it's at a loud point or till I think it's loud enough. So. And as you can see, even though it is louder, it is not clipping. If you look up here, there's no distortion, no clipping. Because it's not going past that -1 dB. So it will not go past -1 dB. And that's good because you're trying to send it to streaming sites and all that, you know. It just protect it. I'm gonna do a video all about how loud your beat should be in a later video using limiters. So that's why I'm making this video. So yeah, L2, very simple, very easy. Like I say, the automatic gain release control is amazing. Also, there is a dither over here. So if you want to convert it to like 16-bit, if you're using like 24-bit, you can dither it, and that just kind of fills in gaps and make sure, you know, it transfers good to 16-bit. But yeah, I mean, very good, very easy, very simple. Let's say I'll usually use that, bring the control down, and then bring the ceiling up until it sounds good. And yeah, but yeah, say you can do as much as you want, a little you don't, but just be careful, because if you go too far the threshold, you get nasty distortion and clipping. So be careful. So let's move on to L2. You know, so L2, boom. Now L2 is similar. It does have a function where you can bring the volume up and the actual ceiling down at the same time. If you go right here, it has the 1-to-1. So when you click that, every time it will pretty much bring them down evenly. If you're using L1, I think if you hold the Shift or Alt button, I can't remember, and move the gain up, it will actually move the volume down as well. So I'm gonna do the same thing with this, bring it up until I see some gain reduction, and you know, here's some clipping, and I'm gonna bring it back, and then, you know, go from there. Now see, you can hear that clipping. It is low, but you can hear the clipping. So I'm gonna bring it down to about, let's say like maybe 12 plus 12. All right, now if I turn off the 1-to-1, and then adjust my ceiling, I just bring the output down. The output is the ceiling. I'm gonna set mine to -1. I just always do that just to be safe. So yeah, pretty simple to get some volume loudness. Like I said, this button right here, I really like this button because you can actually hear what you're losing. Now those little clicks and pops is actually what's being limited or being chopped off or being clipped off. It has an oversampling mode, which is really good. Has a really pretty good dither in there. There are some advanced controls, so you can go in here and actually adjust the attack, release, transient link, stuff like that, look ahead. And you can also change the style from modern, transparent, and everything like that. I just usually use modern or all around. Transparent is also a good one, but there are different algorithms, and it do give you slightly different limiting sounds to it. So one might be a little bit more punchier, one might be a little more transparent, a little more open, you know. You just gotta experiment with them, see which one's good. Like I said, the addition of the loudness meter is what really makes this a really powerful limiter, because you can see actually how loud it's gonna be depending if you got it set to the LUF system or you got set the regular, or if you get the K system as well, because there is a K scale built in here as well. So it has a lot of good functionality when it comes to seeing how loud your music actually is, and I do like that. So on to the next one. Now we're gonna check out the Maximizer from Ozone. So basically the same thing. You got your ceiling, you got your threshold, you got your different modes, and you got this new mode in here that I'm gonna use. It's really good. It also can learn how loud you want it to be. So you actually set how loud you want it to be and actually learn it, which is really dope. You have your character, transient, your sustain, and then your transient emphasis, which I don't really mess with this too much. I just worry about kind of just this area right here. So let's go ahead and set the limiter. So I'm gonna go ahead and set it to 1, and I'm gonna try to get it loud as well. So let's do that. And always when you're limiting something, start at the loudest part of your beat, so where the most energy is. It's just to help out. Super simple. Like I said, once you set your ceiling and everything like that, it's good. You also turn on the true peak mode if you need that. And like I said, if I did, I could have clicked this and it would have learned whatever target I set it to in LUFS, of course, which is really dope. And you can change the character and it'll give you like a more smoother limiting, or a more, like, I guess, a more louder, punchier sound as well, which is really good depending on which way you slide it. Yeah, I mean, it's really dope. I mean, it's really easy. I do love level match system. So if you do want to bypass it, it actually, when you bypass it, it actually bring the original volume to the exact same volume as what it is without the bypass. You can kind of compare and contrast, see what it really sounds like. That's very good if you got like all these plugins together and like inside the Ozone, you can actually see what it sounds like. Really good comparison between all the plugins and stuff like that. This is a really simple limiter. Like I said, if you don't have just the advanced version, you got like the just Ozone 8, you get extra plugins in here as well. Great mastering tool. Like I said, if you're really going into mastering inside the box and you want to do it yourself, Ozone is definitely a good one to pick. You know, it's just really simple, very easy, and it's just a traditional limiter. Nothing special, no bells and whistles, just a good one. On to the next one. Now, KClip 3, I'm still learning this one. Like I said, I know KClip 2 in and out, but I'm still learning this one, and it's really, so far, it's pretty good. Like I said, you have an input, an output, a soften, which is basically like a soft clipper. You have different algorithms. They add 3 new ones down here: silicon, guitar. They added the broken speaker. And that's how they added the Vibranium as well, I think. But then they used to have tape 2, crisp and smooth. Like I said, smooth is like your soft clipper, which is really good. You have a threshold, quality, mid-side, mix, and ceiling. So you can set your ceiling right here. So if I set it to, like I said, my normal, which is -1, it won't go past that ceiling. You got your input and output. Now, this is kind of cool because you can either drive it into the clipper, or you can use a threshold if you want to keep this as unity to drive the clipper, and then you got your output. So I'm going to use I usually use the input when I drive mine. So I'm just going to drive with the input, and I'm going to soften off a little bit and see how loud we get it. And then they also have a LUFS system over here, so you can see how loud it is. So let's just go ahead and see how loud we get it with KClip. Now, I love the visual representation. You can really see what your peaks and stuff look like. Like I said, if I want to make it just a little bit smoother of a limiting, I can just soften it up a little bit. As you can see, hard clipping, and now see it's just a little bit more smoother. It's not getting chopped off. It's just a more smoother because of that softening. So if you want to get a really loud signal and still have it kind of transparent and still have it kind of, you know, not so aggressive, then KClip is definitely a good one. Like I said, you can even get KClip 2 if you can find that anywhere. It should be still around for sale. You can buy KClip 2 and it has the exact same features, just couple little less features in it, and yeah, use that soften to just soften out there. I really do like this if you're trying to go for a more transparent but aggressive sound. It's kind of hard to say. KClip 3 is definitely a good one to go with. Like I said, I'm still learning it, but you know, it's definitely a good one, and it's very useful. Like I said, it's very powerful. So on to the old trusty dusty FL Studio limiter. I mean, it's been around forever. Now it's vectorial, so you can stretch it out, make it bigger. Now same controls. You have a ceiling, of course. I can set my ceiling to about -1. We'll do that. Then you got your gain, and you have a little saturation. Yeah, soft saturation. So like a kind of like a soft clipper a little bit. And then you have attack, release, and sustain, stuff like that if you want to use that, and also a noise gate, which, you know, can help out. So let's just go ahead and see how good and how loud we can push it with the FL limiter. And as you can see, Fruity Limiter is not that bad. Of course, you can't push it too hard because, like I said, it's not really built to go extreme. It's not a focused plugin. It's just a general type of limiter inside of FL Studio. So you can't really push it to the extreme amounts, but you can definitely push it and make your beats louder if you use it in the correct way. That's the main thing. You got to use it in the correct way. If you use it incorrectly, then it's just going to completely destroy your beats and all that good stuff. But at the same time, if you don't have a third-party limiter, Fruity FL Limiter will definitely get you by for the time being until you're ready to upgrade to something new, or you might just want to stick with it because you want to stay in the box and stay stock all the way through, because some people like doing that. So here are my thoughts about all these plugins and what I think, you know, my favorite is. Of course, my favorite, because of the versatility, will have to be L2. The simplicity, the versatility, and the fact that it just works. I mean, it's a great plugin. I mean, you can't go wrong with it. It's great for individual volume, individual plugins, individual sounds, full mix. It's just a great limiter. And like I said, it always goes on sale on Waves. So yeah, I also put a link below where you get a coupon code for 10%. I know they're doing a 50% off right now, so get it while you can. But if you missed that, I'll leave a code down below to get 10% off. That way you can use it towards this plugin right here if you want to get that. So hopefully that will help you guys out. Also, my other favorite is, of course, KClip. I love KClip. I'm a big fan of KClip 2. Yeah, I just love KClip 3, and I really want to learn and dive in and get better with it, because KClip 2 was like one of my go-tos for soft clipping and making stuff louder. Now, if I'm trying to do more of a overall master for like multiple tracks, I would either go with the L2 or the Maximizer, because they give me this really good in-depth LUFS system or LUFS metering, so I can really make sure that everything kind of matches together. Like I said, if I want to do an all-in-one mastering job where I just master track by track by track, Ozone 8, you can't beat it, because you can actually, in the standalone version, you can upload every song and go individual and, you know, see them and match them and all that and do some good stuff. And if you're doing an all-in-one mastering job, you can't beat Ozone. It just works and it sounds great, and the automatic master assistant makes it just a whole lot easier to use. So yeah, that's just my opinion on all this. And also, if you need to, just use Fruity Limiter until you get something else. There's nothing wrong with that. I won't judge you if you're using a stock plugin. I do all the time your stock plugins. So yeah, with that being said, let me know what your favorite limiter is. Do you use any of these limiters? If so, how you use it, how long you use it, or if you use something else, leave it in the comments below. I want to know what you guys use as well. And also let me know what other type of comparison videos you want me to do. That way we can just keep this going on. We just compare and contrast and stuff like that. So with that being said, y'all know who it is. It's your boy Slim, aka Mr. Different. Not motivated by the money, but the like, comment, subscribe, and views. Just like always, hope you guys enjoyed. Thumb the video up, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Have a good one, everybody.